Yo, what's up, chat? All good now? My stream streak? Oh, shoot. We good? Oh, alright. We're back, baby. Alright. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Normal. Effect. Special. Effect. Add original. Original effect. Sack. Chilling 1, chilling 2. You can make Karibo first too. It doesn't really change much. But effect, grab this. Sanctuary gets played for Island. Effect, sack. Effect, destroy Ponix. Gearing, destroy Kieran. Effects, bring back 2. No, you don't need to play Oak. Princess. Sorry. Yeah, you can literally do whatever you want. I'm just showing like the most OP combo you could do. So you do this. So you draw a card. On your opponent's turn, you go effect draw another. Then you could go Kieran, pop Flamberge. You go Chillink 1, Chillink 2 to play around Bell. This summons itself back. Then you chain to summon this. You summon these 2. Chillink 1, 2, 3. Well, you would bring this back. Sorry. Chillink 1, 2, 3. Chillink 4. So we'll use these 3. Summons Apollo. You didn't send Arvada. Bring this back and you add for follow up. Circle. Then you add Oak. Okay. Then after you burn all the Appaloosa negates, you can overlay both for this. Use the effect to nuke the board. Then you have Princess to pop this, summon this. Trigger Eternity to bring back Kieran or Vada. Then Arvada can destroy this. Then you trigger Kieran again, summon this back, then destroy another card. It's actually like 8 interruptions. Paulo doesn't stay because IP only protect from your opponent's card effect. Not your own. Yeah, I'm playing Oak too. Okay, let me do the order again. The voice deck? No, but that'll probably be another. I could probably do another one. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to do the most old Bengal, you go Ash, Populous, Original, Original for Ponix. Well, I guess you could make Karibo first. That's fine. Then make Original, Ponix, Ponix for Sanctuary, Sanctuary for Island, Sack for Flamberge, then for Garunix. Then you pop the Kieran, bring back the thing. Then you make IP Masquerena, bring back 2. Then you make Promethean Princess. Then you make Princess. Princess allows you to bring back, put IP, you make Sunlight. Then you make Heat Soul. Okay. And then on your opponent's turn, you do this stuff. Okay. Okay, so it's... I don't play Barong personally, no. So you go this. You search these 2. Oh, you destroy this. This. Okay. Boom. Alright, so this is the combo. Look how easy this is. OP. Alright. Alright, guys. Let's talk about the tier 0. Okay, one sec. Alright, guys. Yes, Rampant Growth. There will be a recording available for you. Yes. Okay. Okay. So take number 2, guys. I want to talk about the upcoming format a little bit. It's coming sooner than later. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about is the Snake Eye engine and my thoughts on it. I personally think the Snake Eye engine is gonna be pretty much tier 0. And if you want, I guess the best place to start is like the OCG, because if you go to the latest meta report, you'll see pretty quickly that the Fire King deck, right, is taking about 35-40% of top cut, mainly because you have a bunch of Snake Eye decks as well, you know, like pure Snake Eye decks also making top cut representation. But when we look at Fire Kings, the main reason why they're performing so well is mainly because of the Snake Eye engine, in my opinion. Like Populous really pushed it to a whole new level. And while you might say that like tier 0 is like 60% representation or like some arbitrary number, the reason why I consider it tier 0 is mainly because there's no other engine in the game that is as good as the Snake Eye engine in terms of consistency and power. And so that's kind of like why I consider it tier 0, because mainly just from a power level perspective, it's really, really like absurd. And there's a bunch of ways you can define what tier 0 means. You know, like if it takes like a certain amount of top cut slots or anything along those lines. But for me, the way I look at it is like the power level of that engine in comparison to everything else that is available. And I think, like, you know, Spyro is tier 0 for its time because at its inception, there was nothing like it. Tearlaments, there was really nothing else like it. Like, it's just like on a whole nother level when it comes to like power creep and power level. And so the Phantom Nightmare set for us, it's going to debut on February 7th. And with it, we're finally going to have that Sega engine in the TCG, right? So I think there's no better time than to kind of like talk about this. And then you'll also, of course, get Promethean Princess as well. That will make the fire decks really, really strong. From my own testing, I think the Sega engine does way too much for modern Yu-Gi-Oh decks. We've seen like what the bootleg one Armageddon Knight combo does, but literally one Snake Eye Ash generates the same amount of card advantage, if not more, than what the one Armageddon Knight with the Isolde does, right? And that combo plays like 20 million bricks. Snake Eye Ash has like basically no, like the reason why the engine is so broken is also the fact that the engine itself has no garnets. Every card in the engine is a card that is a starter or extender. And so if you don't believe me, let's kind of like take a quick look at the combo, right? So I'm gonna show you guys what one Snake Eye Ash does. All right, so this little bad boy over here. So we're gonna do a combo really quick to show you why this is so absurd, right? And the beautiful part about this is that Snake Eye Ash is searchable off of Bonfire, but it makes it so Bonfire both a starter and an extender. So even if this card gets stopped, you can have like a Bonfire to search Populous and keep extending. So it's like so like annoying for that reason. But for the sake and purposes of today's video, we're just gonna go over what one Snake Eye Ash does uninterrupted. Okay, so normal summon Snake Eye Ash. We're gonna use the effect, and that's gonna grab us Populous or Poplar in the TCG. We're gonna trigger Poplar's effect when it's added to our hand, except by drawing it. We do some special summon it from our hand. We're then gonna use the effect of Poplar to search the original. Okay. We're then gonna link off the Poplar into a Karibo, and then we're gonna use Poplar's effect to go into the spell and trap zone. Okay. We're going to then activate the original Sinful Spoils to sack the Karibo, to summon a Ponix. Ponix effect is then going to trigger to add a Fire King spell and trap card from our deck to our hand, which is going to be the Sanctuary. We're then going to play the Sanctuary to then put the island in the spell and trap zone. And then we're going to activate Snake Eye Ash to send itself for the cost alongside Populous to special summon the Flameberg Dragon. Okay. We're then going to declare the effect of Island to destroy the Ponix, allowing us to add a Fire King monster from our deck to our hand, which is going to be Garunix. Garunix is then going to trigger itself to summon itself from the hand, and then activate the effect to destroy a Kirin from the deck. When Kirin is destroyed, it can bring back a Fire King monster from the grave or the hand, and then non-target destroy a card on the field. That effect to destroy is actually optional. So you can see that the engine is really good at going second as well. But from here, we're going to link off the Flamber Dragon and the Garunix into an IP Masquerena, and then trigger the effect of Flamber Dragon to bring back 2 level 1 fire monsters. That's going to be the Snake Eye Ash and the Populars. From here, we're then going to link off the IP Masquerena and the Populous into a, you guess it, Promethean Princess, the new fire support card. Promethean Princess will then trigger its effect to bring back a fire monster from our graveyard non-targeting and summoning it to our side of the field. We're then going to activate the effect of Flamer Dragon to put a IP Masquerade in the spell and trap zone, and this is important because on our opponent's turn, we're going to use the same Flamber to summon from our spell and trap zone the IP Masquerade, so we can tag this out into more interruptions on our opponent's turn. We're then going to link off the Promethean Princess and the Snake Eye Ash into a Sunlight Wolf, and then going to activate the Graveyard effect of Karibo to tribute the Ponix to summon itself back from the grave, to then trigger the Sunlight Wolf effect to add back the Kirin to our hand, so that we have an extra layer of interruption, because Kirin is a quick effect during the main phase to destroy a fire monster on the field or the hand to special summon itself, which will then allow us to trigger Garunix on our opponent's turn. We're then going to use the Karibo and the Sunlight Wolf to make a Heat Soul, and then use the effect of Heat Soul to draw a free card, right? So we now have a free card in our hand, okay? So let's just put a Bonbon, aka Bonfire, to our hand. On our opponent's turn, now this doesn't look like a lot, but on our opponent's turn, this is going to very quickly turn into 8 interruptions off of 1 card, okay? So let's say our opponent plays the game, okay? They try to play this game. Now, we're not going to let them play the game, okay? Because the moment they try playing the game, we're going to activate the effect of Kirin to destroy Flamberge, summoning itself. On a new chain, a couple things happen. Flamebridge effect will trigger, and the effect of Garunix will trigger. But before we do that, sorry, quickly, just a quick effect. In response to Kirin's effect in hand, we're going to chain Flamberge to target the IP Masquerena to summon from the spell and trap zone. Apologies. And then on a new chain, the Flamberge Dragon and the Garunix will then trigger. Garunix triggers because a fire monster was destroyed by battle or card effect, and then Flamberge Dragon triggers when it's sent to the graveyard from the field or the hand. So Garunix is going to summon itself, and then we're going to bring back the Ponix, and then we're going to bring back Snake Eye Ash, okay? On a new chain, right, we get a bunch of trigger effects. We're gonna go Chainlink 1 Ponix, Chainlink 2 Snake Eye Ash, Chainlink 3 Garunix. Okay, so we're getting not only a bunch of interruptions on our opponent's turn, we're also getting a bunch of follow-up, right? So, and then we're gonna chain IP Masquerena, which will allow us to perform a Link Summon with all 4 of these monsters in order to summon Appaloosa. So there's a 4 material Appaloosa on the board, right? And then we're gonna resolve the rest of the chains. So the Garunix is gonna destroy Norvada from the deck. Okay. Yeah, Hiso will also draw us another blank. Apologies. Yep, sorry about that. The Snake Eye Ash will then search us a Oak for follow-up. And then the Ponix will then search us a Circle of the Fire King for follow-up as well. Right? So we got 2 draws off Heat Soul. We have an Oak and a Circle of the Fire King for follow-up. What Oak does is it summons back any level 1 or adds back any level 1 from Banish or Grave. And then Circle of the Fire King destroys any fire monster we control, which will be the Oak on our opponent's turn, to then bring back any fire monster. You can actually bring back Heat Soul off Circle as well, and then draw a 3rd card on the opponent's turn. Right? But anyways, now, there's like these interruptions off Appaloosa. There's 4 interruptions off Appaloosa. And then you'll then trigger Arvada on a new chain because it was destroyed to bring back the Ponix, right? Now, why this is really good is because your opponent cannot try to attack Appaloosa, because the moment they do, you can use Kuriboh to tribute the Ponix and then protect it from battle by using Kuriboh's effect. So the Appaloosa is at 4 materials, and your opponent cannot attack into it because of Kuriboh. So it's really, really difficult to do that. And let's say you use all of your Appaloosas and negates, okay? All of your Appaloosas and negates are used. If your opponent special summons a monster, you can then use Sanctuary's effect to overlay these 2 to make a Garunix, which activates its effect to nuke the whole board. Okay? Your Appaloosa does get destroyed by card effects because it's your own card effect, not your opponent's. Like, IP Masquerade only protects from your opponent's card effects. But anyways, you summon a Garunix, so let's just say that's like 5 interruptions so far. Now, if your opponent special summons another monster somehow, if they have like Monster Reborn or like another way to extend, you can then trigger Promethean's Princess to pop the Garunix and the monster that they special summon. The summon Promethean's Princess back. That's 6 interruptions. We're then going to trigger the Garunix effect to bring back the Kirin and bring back the Arvada. Right? If your opponent activates another monster effect, you can go Arvada, destroy the Kirin to negate. And then when Kirin is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can then use Kirin effect to summon back the Garunix and then destroy a card they control non-targeting. So that's 7 interruptions off Arvada and 8 interruptions off Kirin effect, summon back Garunix, pop a card. So that is 8 interruptions off 1 card. And you literally you have 4 extra cards in hand that you added on your opponent's turn with 4 other cards in your hand. So you have 8 cards in hand. That was off 1 card, guys. So the 1 card starter was either Bonfire or Snake Eye Ash. Does this by itself. So I hope this combo kind of shows you guys why this engine is going to be tier 0, in my opinion. And everything is completely layered and reactionary. Yes, which means that like you decide when you want this to happen. You like have like initiative to decide how you want to react, how you want to pop, how you want to out your opponent's board, all that good stuff, right? Like it's layered in the sense that even if your opponent throws like a certain board breaker into it, you still have another way to interrupt your opponent, right? They can't not answer everything, which is why it's really, really difficult. So I hope you guys understand after like this combo, like it's even more absurd for a couple of reasons, okay? The reason why the Snake Eye engine is so powerful is not only because of the fact that it's so strong and it can do so much off 1 card. Think back to like Prank Kids, okay? But it's also the fact that the engine is super small. And it's able to back up a strong engine with a bunch of non-engine in the form of tech cards, right? And so I'm going to kind of just show you guys that right now the entire Snake Eye engine is only 10 cards. And the entire The entire Sega engine is 10 cards. The entire Wanted engine, the Witch engine, is 7 cards. And the entire Fire King engine is 10 cards. Which means that you have about, if I did my math right, 16 cards for non-engine. And it's true. You can literally play 15 hand traps on top of this, on top of the deck, right? So, we will still have to see the results from YCS Costa Rica and YCS Vegas, but I'll say that my prediction is this: that 70% of top slots will be utilizing the Snake Eye engine. It could be Fire King, it could be the Pure deck, it could be all this stuff, whatever. And I do understand people's sentiment, right? It kind of does suck because for a lot of players who don't want to play fire decks, it really feels like you don't like have a choice. And I do think that there are other like options that can maybe contest the deck, but I feel like because of how strong the deck is, I don't see it lasting a long time. Because I feel like Konami historically don't really want a long tier 0 format, right? Because the deck honestly really does remind me of tier elements, and I think it is scary since I do believe that the majority of the player base will not like the tier 0 format. From my perspective, like I play every format, like, and if I'm correct, then this will be the second tier 0 format that I am a part of. But I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you think this deck will be tier 0? Do you think like the archetype, the engine will be tier 0? If it's not tier 0, what other decks do you think will be on the same tier 1 power level, right? My personal opinion is that I think tier was, like, if I'm not mistaken, tier was hit in 6 months. I see Kraus in the chat talking about it. And I think the same will definitely happen if the Sinful Fire King deck becomes tier 0 as well. In the OCG, the deck did not get hit at all. And I feel like in the OCG, everyone's super raging about the deck right now. But when I say Snake Eye engine, I'm talking about like not just Fire King. I'm talking about the Fire King deck, the pure Snake Eye deck, and the Rescue deck. I'm talking about the fact that those decks all utilize Popular and all utilize Bonfire and all utilize the Snake Eye engine. So it's almost kind of like absurd, like how strong it is already. And yeah, I just honestly think that it's gonna be definitely concerning for a lot of players. And let me know what you guys are gonna be playing if you're not playing this. So hope you guys enjoy this quick little discussion video in the combo as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace. Okay. Sick. Okay, cool. I also wanted to kind of show my deck real quick. Okay. I guess this I'll talk about after. So 3 of this, 3 of this. Okay, these, this. Yeah, I was gonna, guys. I wanted to make a video, but guys, should I wait until I get my Pyro Phoenix? I get it tomorrow on Wednesday locals. I could go get it. But I wanted to film the video, but I couldn't find my Pyro Phoenix, and so I didn't print it out either because I don't have I don't have it. Should I just wait to tomorrow to do it? I think it's fine. I'll just wait till tomorrow. It's fine. But I wanted to do a new series idea, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it. It's gonna be called Over Explained, and basically the whole concept is me going in depth on like a deck, explaining like what I believe are mandatory slots, what I think, like, and it'll be less like showing you guys a deck profile, but rather like all the cards that I think should be played in a deck, and like what room you have for tech choices, because I think like tech choices are like, very different depending on the metagame, but I think like engine cards never change. Like you're never gonna play less of an engine card. Like who's like, if that makes sense. But I feel like I can like explain what I feel like are mandatory slots, so it's easier for you guys to like deck build and like come up with the rest. Because I think like non-engine is at the end of the day where innovation comes, anyways. So But yeah, and then I'll talk about like some extra deck mandatory slots and considerations and all that good stuff too. But I think that'll be a really nice video. But I'm missing a couple cards to show it. It's only one. Which is super annoying. But I was gonna like explain it, like for example, like I would be like, for example, these are Snake Eye Engine. You could get away with like I would say that these are mandatory. Obviously these 5. But then I'll also talk about like why I like 3 and whether or not you should play 3, right? Because it's not necessarily mandatory to play 3, right? But like I'll explain why I think this is mandatory and then why you should consider maybe playing 2 more copies. Like I think that would be kind of like the video kind of, right? Like for example, and then the mandatory slots would be like 3, 1. Like this is considered mandatory, right? Like cards that you should definitely play, right? But then you should maybe consider playing a second Populous, maybe, right? Or does that make sense, guys? And then like for example, like and obviously 3 Bonfire. Yeah, Oak's really good for the Joel. Yeah, Oak lets you play around Joel, so that's why you want to play it. So like for example, like these are like mandatory, okay? Unfortunately, guys, there's really no nothing we could do about the Bonfire situation. No, it's 3 witch mandatory. There are 1 witch mandatory, optional 2 more witches. I think 1 Populous is mandatory, but like the 1 brick rule, right? Like you technically don't need to play this, but you can play a second thing. So it's like these so far is mandatory. Like these are like the minimum you have to play in the deck to have it be functional. Okay, or maybe it's like maybe I just do it like this. Like this, it looks better. Yeah. And then the Fire King engine, this is what I consider mandatory. So 3 Kieran, because it dodges Imperm. I think like these are like 1 Garunix, 1 Ponix, 1 Arvada. Those are like the mandatory slots in my opinion. You could play like there's like gonna be cards like for example, and then you 1 and 1, and then you need a 3rd target to add off Ponix. So like it's either 3rd island or circle. But it's usually is this. And then the other slots are like this extra copy of 1 copy of Fire King, 1 copy of Skyburn, or 1 copy of Sanctuary. Those are like not mandatory slots, right? And then like non-engines like stuff like this, but there's no point for me to show this, you know. No, it would just be more non-engine. Let me see. Let me just go to the rest. Yep. So there's that, and then the other stuff would be Barong as well. Let me move this over. Now Circle's not mandatory. Fortunately, it's not mandatory because it's not required for any of your lines. I think mandatory are like what you need to play the game. Like 2nd Garunix is a consideration. Because it plays around like Soul Release in the grind game. Like having a 2nd Garunix could be nice. Let me see what else. And I think this is it, chat. Like I would basically do the video like this. I think it'll be pretty healthy in my opinion. I think it just sucks for players who don't want to play the meta decks. But yeah, you see how like for example like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There's 23 cards. You have 17 cards for non-engine. But you could play like 2 more witches and then boom. 15 non-engine. Right? So like you want to like kind of like work about the mandatory and non-mandatory slots after, because then you can like turn on how much non-engine you have. Non-engine is like the least of your concern. Oh yeah, you can also 1 for 1. Yeah, I should have 1 for 1 here. So yeah. You can play 1 for 1 too, The deck doesn't have enough monsters, I think, to discard. You have a lot of spells. Actually, you could probably fit 1-for-1 in. It's like fine. It's like worse wanted. It's definitely been worse wanted. No, it's not. Oh, yo, Cody, what's good, bro? Congrats on the top 8 at One Piece. Yo, should I play One Piece, Cody? Should I become the One Piece goat or what? The One Piece one trick. So it's 2 island and 1 sanctuary because it's bad to have so like you burn through these two. You burn through these two turn 1 in the combo, and it's better to add another island for turn 3. So it's better to play 2 island, 1 sanctuary instead of 2 and 1. I made more of this than my entire life playing Yu-Gi-Oh! No way. That sounds crazy. Wait, are you serious? Made 100K for top 8? That is foul. That is disgusting. Guys, are we playing the wrong game? Winner of Nats made $500,000? That's insane. Play One Piece and then buy Yu cards with it. That might be the goo. Yeah, I saw you got I saw you got top 8, Cody. That was kind of nice. I followed the guy, Jackson Huang. That guy's insane. So he won like 7 YCSs or what? Alright, back. Alright. Wait, so that Jackson guy, he won like 7 YCSs equivalent of One Piece? Is that right? Seven zero cards, which is 7 prize cards? Wait, Cody, how many have you won? You won 1, right? Oh, should be 3? Shake my head. But anyways, guys, I think I'm just gonna record this video later. I think I want to wait because like the extra deck, like I'm missing the Pyro Phoenix, which is so annoying. Yeah, Raging Phoenix. I don't have Raging Phoenix. Oh, I can get it this Wednesday though. Let's try the Nightmare. Not right now. Oh, but I'm down to remote duel post Phantom Nightmare. If you want later. Maybe like a different stream. Who would have it already? Wait, would you have all the cards? I'm kind of down. I think I gave it to Sam. I just forgot. Is mate? I don't think it's the goo. Yeah, so Karibo, IP. These are all the mandatory cards. SP. Yeah, so I'm gonna save this into a video. Probably I'll film it when I get Raging Phoenix again. I think, guys, that'll be way better. Cause not having it is so troll. The extra deck, I think, is gonna be like Karibo, IP, SP. Let's see a side deck video. Yeah, I'm down to do that. I'm down to do a side deck video. I'll be at Vegas? No way. Are you playing or are you chilling? Yo, Cody, say what's up, bro. I'm down. I need Raging Phoenix. I'm so sick. These two, Dark Hita. Sunlight, Heat Soul. Yo, we're gonna play, but you don't want to. I think Celine, Appaloosa. Wait, Celine, Princess. I think these are all mandatory. I think Appaloosa, Zelantis, Whale, and then Raging Phoenix are mandatory. Like, you literally need that to kill your opponent. Your sunlight is missing the card art? Yeah. The rare whale. Don't ask me, guys. Times are tough, alright? I don't have the whale in Ultra. Okay? These are all mandatory in my opinion. And then this as well. I feel like it's really good. And then you have one flex spot. You have one flex spot. The flex spot could be whatever you like. It could be Typhon, access code, second princess. It could be anything. Extender and a board breaker? Alright, I'll check the Valence Field spell. Celine, nah, you cannot cut Celine. Unless you go Celine and Appaloosa. Celine into Apollo is too broken. You get to, if your opponent like Ash Blossoms you, you can go Hida, Celine, Appaloosa. And then play underneath Appaloosa. Yeah, guys, that's in the meta-fi, you know what I'm saying? No, this Nightmare Phoenix is Raging Phoenix. Nightmare Phoenix is Raging Phoenix. It's Phoenix. That's why it's my proxy. But these are like, and then you have one slot. Typhon, second princess, access. Alright, second SP, second Promethean, a bunch of stuff. Yep. There's the Phoenix OTK. I was gonna make a video on it, but it's really simple. Basically, basically the way it works is very simple. Yeah, second Hita could also come up. Yep. So the way it works is that, like, I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. I don't want to unsort my cards. But basically, okay, you go, let's say you go like Charmer. Okay, Charmer into Princess. And then you bring back whatever, and then you make Raging Phoenix, okay? Now, if you have any other monster, let's say it's Garunix, doesn't really matter. You can link off the Raging Phoenix into Zelantis. Zelantis effect. Summon. Then you can trigger Promethean Princess to pop the Garunix and pop your opponent's monster. And then on resolution, trigger Whale, Raging Phoenix. So now you have 27, 25, at minimum 28 plus whatever plus the attack of whatever that was destroyed. You can then enter battle phase. Atlantis pop 2 because it's co-linked. And then this is over 8,000. You OTK your opponent. You pop 3 cards off your opponent's board and OTK them. That's the Zelantis OTK. Yeah, but Princess and Zelantis are co-linked. And the Raging Phoenix comes back next to Zelantis. That's how you do the OTK, pretty much. Zelantis bringing the Fire King and Atlanteans together is a sweet story. Booking the voices shit is so crazy. It is. Budget swaps for Wanted / Diva Star. The only budget stuff you could play is like Where Art Thou, I think. Yeah, but you summon Princess back from the graveyard, and then Zelantis summons itself back in the middle. But yeah. I think the Zelantis stuff is mandatory because it lets you out towers. Not towers, but like untargetable stuff like Dragoon as well. There's a lot of stuff, but okay, so I am going to record that Snake Eye profile, that new thing called Over Explain, that new series I'm kind of doing. Like an intimate guide to understanding how the deck works. I'll probably do that like one of the other videos. The other thing I wanted to talk about is, guys, is there a way for me to like pull up every deck I've ever played or no? Let me see if I can do that. I don't think there is. Oh wait, I have a wiki actually. Alright guys, I found my wiki. Alright, I need to find... I think this is true. I feel like historically, every deck I've played in the past have 12 non-engine. I'm pretty sure this is accurate. 1, 2, 3, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, that's right. 11 on engine. Yeah, they're solid. Yeah, the Takes One sleeves are fire, guys. Wait. Okay, this deck is different because this deck has so much. Wait, how many non-engines this deck has? That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. 14, 16. Fuck. I usually play a lot. At minimum, I usually play 12. Okay. Wait, I don't think the deck is legal for play until next Wednesday. So I will play, guys. How foul is it to go to locals and play full power Snake Eye Fire King? Is that not just like foul? At OTS stores, it's like 7th. It's legal. Absolutely disgusting, guys. I gotta do it for the video. I gotta show you guys the gameplay with the Fire King deck. What am I supposed to? What am I gonna? Am I not gonna like? I have to do it, no? Chat, what if I lose one game? Will you guys make fun of me? I mean, you gotta test somewhere, right, Kappa? True. Guys, I gotta test. And I have to test somewhere. What am I gonna do? Not test? It's legal at OTS stores next Wednesday. Guys, imagine I go X4 and make a video. I said this deck sucks. It's legal on Friday. Maybe it's legal for purchase next Wednesday. Should I just, guys? Should I just wait? I can stream it next Wednesday. How cringe! I have my whole deck. I'll have my whole deck completed next Wednesday for sure, or maybe by Friday. Stream the premiere event, the sneak peek. Wait, Wait, guys, is it legal for OTS stores to have Phantom Nightmare cards legal at their sneak peek tournament? Is that legal? Yes. So hypothetically, I could play it this weekend. Technically, no, but also yes. At their discretion. It's at their discretion, right? I don't want to get them in trouble if I stream their locals, though. But I don't know. I could theoretically get all the cards this Saturday. Maybe I do it for the content. I'm sick. I actually needed that. Content window open. I run OTS store. You're allowed to play it. Okay. All right, guys. I will try. Okay, guys. No promises, but I will attempt to get Populous and Princess and play it at the OTS championship, like the sneak peek this weekend. No promises though. No promises, cause but yo, that would be so foul. First weekend, sneak peek play full power Fire King. That is absolutely disgusting. But maybe guys, it's time to show them the real world, Show people the real what it's like on the other end. um Okay, guys, so after Seek, you can legally play it on locals on tier 2 events like DDs has to be released. Oh, hey, a pack. Upstream is going well. Bought a box amazing and pull a CR rollback. So now I got my golden ticket if I need anything from Fat Night. Hey, congrats, bro. That's awesome. Okay, guys. So let me, guys. I need to sort all my decks together to kind of show an example of how I deck build. What, they gotta be QCR though, or it ain't valid? Yo, guys, I am not getting a QCR on weekend release. Do you guys understand how hard it is to get a QCR on weekend release? That would be so hard. No balls do it. Playing triple the price from Timmy. Pull it, no balls. Guys, what if I just pull it? That would actually be so foul. Maybe the goal is to just pull it. Maybe I'll just get lucky. Pull it. And just, you know what I'm saying? Just run it. Yeah, let's add it. And we can remote duel. Wait, Grunts. Yo, Matt. Yo, if you can get all the deck, we should remote duel and then make a video out of it. That would actually be sick. I would actually be so down. Because you actually have a pretty good remote duel setup, too. That'd actually be kind of fun. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, let me know if you end up getting it. I'm not saying you have to, because that shit is hard as hell. Because people do... Well, it would be kind of rough getting it on sneak weekend release. I honestly, I only need... If I only get one populist, I could still play the deck, I think. I honestly could get away with one. I don't really need two. No cap. Yeah, the T-Zone overseas are great. I have nothing else to say. The hookups even to bar? Okay, that'll be sweet. Yeah, I'm down. Let me know. Um, yeah, that's gonna be actually lit. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go demon. I'm gonna buy like 4 boxes of Phantom Nightmare, even though I'm already getting the cards guaranteed. It's just gonna come next week. Streaming it? Yeah, I will stream it probably at sneak peek. I'll probably try to stream it. Yeah. No, I'll try to see how many boxes I can buy. I mean, I'm gonna have to try to pull the deck. That would be actually kind of foul. Team in for Vegas? Team Samurai Pack 1. Or something like that. Most you ever spend on a card? Dude, I don't even know. I don't want to know. Okay, hold on. Mm. Friends, you can only buy one. It like depends. Honestly, I hope someone else pulls it so that I don't have to try to pull it because I feel like my luck is so bad. I feel like I'm gonna try. I have 2 SP Little Knights Secret Rare for trade, so maybe someone will want to trade for them. Forest Speed? No, these I have secret ones just in case I ever sell my QCR, and they're for friends to borrow. But okay, I think I have enough. Okay, guys. All right, guys. Today I kind of want to talk about deck building. You guys want to talk about deck building today? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. All right, guys. So, all right, I'm gonna talk about a deck building rule to follow. Okay. I think something that I think will help players starting out. Okay, if they want to improve their deck building. It's gonna sound like a meme, but it's really not. Okay, so I follow this deck building rule called the 70-30 rule. Okay, and it kind of like came up one time during like a testing session with one of my buddies, and where I was jokingly saying like I feel like every deck I play, I have 70% engine, 30% non-engine. So essentially, in a 40 card deck, right? Let's give it a good example. Let me show you an example. In a 40 card deck, you will have 12 non-engine. Okay, so you see right here, for every 7 cards, like the 7 engine cards are here, 3 non-engine. Every 7 cards, 3 non-engine. And I know like there are some decks that do not follow this rule. Like Runix just breaks every rule of deck building. I feel like Runic is like it's an anomaly. Okay? But I feel like this ratio is really nice because if you guys have watched my video on why you're not performing, one of the things I talk about is building decks without having attachments to certain cards, right? And if you play a 40 card deck and you have 12 non-engine, you have a really high chance to open 1 and a really solid chance to open 2. This math is not perfect because it doesn't account for duplicates, okay? But I would say on average, you have about 45 to 48% to draw 2 hand traps, which is really solid. Not even 2 hand traps, I'm sorry, but 2 non-engine. So you can, if you draw like Talon's Thrust, you draw like Imperm Veiler, Ash Nib, stuff like that, right? I feel like that's really solid because I think the way that modern Yuigioh has evolved, it is really hard to win games without non-engine. There's a few exceptions to this rule, but the decks that are playing all gas, no brakes, like Tier Elements and stuff like that tries to break your board with just engine going second, those type of decks are like super gamba. And what I mean by that is like they have to literally try to sack you to win. But I would say that like when I say non-engine, I would say about 70, like the 30% being hand traps are typically very good because if your deck isn't that powerful, being able to stop your opponent and having them make a weaker board is like really good. A good example with this is like my Infernoble deck, right? That I took through like 2 YCSs. Like, I knew that my deck was weaker going second, but it was good enough into half boards. So I always tried to like have a lot of hand traps because if I can stop them from making a board or have them eat the hand traps and make a half board, I knew that I could play into it, right? But I knew for a fact with certain, like a huge percentage, that if my opponent even combos me a little bit, I would never be able to beat them. And so I like made sure to fit in hand traps to combat that. And obviously, like there are exceptions to the rule where like if you play like an all gas deck, you can maybe play like less non-engine where you play like 85-15. So you would play like only 6 non-engine, which is 15% of a 40 card deck. And then you would have more engine cards to, like, you know, beat your opponent because some engines are really, really powerful or good enough to like go second into most boards. But I think that depends on the format. Like, I feel like the format that we're in right now before Phantom Nightmare, you can get away with less non-engine. Like, I honestly think you could play just 6, right? Because a lot of the decks don't put up an oppressive enough board in the format. But I think post Phantom Nightmare, you will need a minimum of 12 non-engine. Whatever deck you play, guys. Guys, trying to break Fire King boards Like, if you guys watch my video off of like what one Snake Eye Ash can do, you will quickly understand that it is not like it is very difficult to break that board. Unless you like can stop it early enough and choke it early enough, right? Um, so you'll see that even like my Snake Eye deck, like my Fire King Snake Eye deck, like I play 12 non-engine at a minimum. You see that? 70% non-engine, 70% I like to be engine because when you go into like Kashtira levels of non-engine, and what I mean by that is like when you start playing decks like Cash, which is like 50% engine, 50% non-engine, you will brick a lot of your games. Like you will not be able to play a lot of your games, and I feel that like you don't win with just non-engine. You win majority of the time because of your engine. So you need like you need to be able to play the game too, right? So, and if you guys watch Jujutsu Kaisen, you would know that this theory is pretty sound, right? Because when does Nanami crit, right? He crits against his opponent using the 7-3 rule. So, guys, it's anime. You know what I'm saying? If you watch a lot of anime, you actually become better at Yu-Gi-Oh. That's just how the rule works. No spoilers, but we won't talk about what happened to him. But yeah, I just consider this like kind of like the golden ratio. In terms of like deck building, you can get away with like 60-40 only in certain decks that have a multitude of one card combos. But for the majority of decks that have like not a lot of one card combos, but a bunch of like 2 cards or stuff like that, you're gonna really need you're gonna really want 70% of your engine. It's just like I believe the most optimal ratio at which you can like play every game, but then also have enough non-engine to combat your opponents. Right? Yeah, and the thing to note is that even if you play a little bit more than 40 cards, as long as you follow that ratio that I talked about, I think it's fine at the end of the day. The only difference between playing 40 and more cards like 50 or 60, the only difference is you just see your more powerful cards less because not all cards are weighted the same. And what I mean by that is like, for example, if you want to see Droll, right? Playing more cards will make it so that you will see Droll less, but you will still see the same amount ratio-wise of non-engine. So that also has to be in consideration. Like, is there a specific non-engine that you need to draw? In which case, if that's so, then you would want to stick to as close as 40 as possible. But if it doesn't matter what non-engine you draw, as long as you draw a non-engine, then it doesn't matter how many cards you play, right? I think that's going to be kind of like the key takeaway in terms of like how you do it. I know, most people play 9, but the issue with 9 is that like a lot of decks in the format don't lose to 1 non-engine, they lose to 2. Therefore, like you kind of want to play 12 because it gives you that 50% chance to high roll a chance to draw 2 hand traps going second. And that's really, really important. Like you kind of like are, and sometimes you'll have to play decks like that go in, like if you play 18 hand traps, you have odds of like drawing 3 hand traps, right? But the thing you have to understand is that like stopping your opponent is half the battle. The other half is also being able to play the game and being able to play the game requires you to have also some semblance of engine cards, right? Like you can't just win the game going imperm draw Ash. Like that doesn't actually end up winning you the game completely. Like you need to also have cards to play the game. So that's kind of like my thoughts on it, and I'll probably cover this in another video. But when it comes to siding, I never side out engine. So what I mean by this is like your non-engine in your main deck should typically be the amount of same non-engine you have in your side deck, except for matchups that are like against FTK decks or like against decks that like first turn win. Then you will have to side out engine 4 non-engine and go to like 15, 18. Okay? Because in those scenarios, it's like if you don't hand trap them, you lost the game, right? So it's kind of like, you kind of like have to, you kind of have to like do that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, that's why Circular was so disgusting, because Circular or Mathmech was able to hand trap you 3 times and open a 1-card combo that played around hand traps. That was so disgusting. Yeah, I never saw Connector going second. Connector was too good. Like an example of like my example is like, for example, with my example that I can give a really good example with my Infernoble deck. My Infernoble deck had 12 non-engine in 44 cards. But I cited out all the equips because the equips were engine requirements. They weren't technically engine. They were engine requirements, which means there were bricks that I had to play in order to have my deck become functional when it went first. But when you went second, I cited out all the equips. And I put in more non-engine because I want to maximize the chances of seeing stuff going second because my deck is weaker going second. And by playing 50 non-engine and 44, 45 cards, it had that 7-3 ratio that I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I hope that kind of helps and helps it make sense for you guys. I feel like if you follow that, your deck is just inherently, automatically a little bit better. Obviously, there's a little bit more nuance, but that's like the quick, dirty rundown. Josh, shut up, King. I don't really know why OCG doesn't really size solely still more, to be honest. Oh, also, guys, I was thinking about doing this, but I know how I talked about how I think we're gonna approach a tier 0 format. Should I make a tier list of like, obviously I'm gonna put all a certain fire decks at tier 0, and then I'll put all the other decks at tier 1, tier 2. Should I just do that? I feel like that'll be easier too. I kind of want to make a tier list right now, actually. I feel like that'll be kind of nice. Let me see if I get some water in me. And then let me go. Give me a second, guys. Guys, we're farming a lot of content today. A lot of content today, boys. It's good. It's a good day for content. But all right, are you guys ready for post Phantom Nightmare? You guys are not ready for post Phantom Nightmare tier list. You guys are not ready. Are you? Who's ready in the chat, bro? Who's ready in the chat? This is okay. I'm gonna say okay. Let me go to this. Sure. All right. Tier 0. Tier 1. Tier 2. Tier 3 side events. This is like, well, you'll probably perform in the side events. Like, you actually will not do too bad in the side events. This is, guys, what should I put at D tier? I think this is updated. There you go. Thank you. What should I call this? The outside events. All right. All right, chat. We have a sick video today. Let me zoom in a little bit, a little zoomies. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Wait, let me restart. Chat, today we're going to be going over the best decks of the upcoming format. And if you guys have not already watched the video where I talk about how we're going to be entering a tier 0 format, then check that out. But today, I kind of want to talk and categorize decks into these certain tiers, okay? Let me go over the tiers. Tier 0. I think this is by far the best decks of the format. It's uncontested. I honestly think that it's actually unfair what these decks can do off very little cards. The fact that the deck have a bunch of multitude of non-engine, all that good stuff. That's tier 0 in my opinion. I just think that it will take the majority of top cut 50% plus. Okay? Tier 1, I want to say like 10 to 20% of top cut appearances. Tier 2, I would say 5% top cut appearances. Like the rogue decks, right? Like I would say tier 2 is like rogue. Like you wouldn't be surprised if they top but like you'll see them here or there. Tier 3, this shit is like 1% top rate. You might see this like it'll probably win a giant card. Like it's fine. Like you might win a Win-A-Mat. Like it's not bad. You know what I'm saying? Like if your goal is to win a Win-A-Mat, it is not unconceivable. Except for the one guy smurfing in the side event elo, literally playing Fire Kings in the side events. I would be unfortunate to see. And then the outside events. These are decks that have a 0% top rate. You will not top with this. Do not play this deck at the main event. Do not do it. Like, you are better off playing the 3v3 Edison side event. And you might even lose against Edison decks. Do not play this shit, okay? That is the outside events. But anyways, let's get started with, of course, the best deck of the format. Fire King Snake Eyes. This shit is broken. It is like just... Guys, it is the reason why this deck is so cancer is because every card is an extender and a starter. Let me explain. Bonfire can either search you Snake Eye Ash to start your combo, or it can search you Populous if you get stopped to extend. Wanted can either start your combo with the Witch, or if you get Jordan Lockbird, Impermed, Ash, you can use Wanted to extend, right? So the cards are so stupid because they're both starters and extenders. Like, it just does not make sense how a deck with infinite starters and extenders able to fit a minimum of 12 non-engine can go up to 15 if you like, 18 if you're feeling dangerous, and have a consistent engine that puts up 8 interruptions. It does not make sense. But that is the deck that I think is tier 0. I think this deck will make the majority of top cut, okay? Labyrinth. I think this deck is tier 1. Transaction Rollback did push this deck to a whole nother level. I think that the Labyrinth deck is really, really good. And I think that it will have 10 to 20% top cut representation at the YCS. I think it's definitely not a bad deck at all. And it's definitely going to perform. It's just a really solid deck right now. And yeah, like Gunther just dropped his Labyrinth deck. If you haven't, go check my boy out. Also, guys, if you haven't already, if you guys are going to the event, these tier lists are not the only thing that are going to help you. Also, what will really help you is a pack 10 at txs1.com for 10% off the Supreme Pros. Guys, not only do you need a good deck, you also need a good sleeves, okay? So, definitely go check that out if you haven't already, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, the next deck is Fluenderies. Guys, Phantom Nightmare came out with a new card that is Fluenderies support. Why in the hell did they release 3 more copies of Advent? I will never understand. I'm not even going to say the name of the card. Just know that there are 3 more cards that support Fluenderies, and it is absolutely disgusting. I hate to say this, dude. I think the deck is tier 1. I just hate to say this. This was same thing during Telement format. If your deck could play Shifter, it's just like inherently better. It's just good now. And the thing is, the Fluenderies monsters don't care about Princess because all they do is normal summon. So it would be a disservice for me to tell you guys that Fluenderies is not a solid tier 1 deck. I actually think it would do pretty good if people decide to play it. It has like I think it bricks less than Kashtira, and it can play Shifter, it can play a bunch of board breakers. So I don't know. I just think that it's solid. Dark Worlds, outside events. Do not play this shit. You will lose. Okay. Every tier 1 deck right now plays 15 hand traps, 12 hand traps. You will not combo. They all main deck Joe and Lockbird. Do not do this to yourself, okay? Don't do it. Like, you are going to play that. Like, you are like Ash, Droll, Imperm, Nibiru. Like, come on, bro. Don't do this to yourself, man. It's right, Sean. A step above Dark World, but still tier 3, guys. I'm sorry, this shit is for the side events. With Droll being main deckable, Ghost Spell randomly, like being people's side deck for Labyrinth, you're gonna get belled on Gamma. On Drytron Gamma, get belled. You're sick. Get belled on, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just sick. Like literally, it's just too many hand traps into Drytron at the moment, guys. That's why I don't think it's solid. Mechanical, honestly, tier 2. Like, this deck, guys, is actually way better than people give it credit for. I think the going second approach with Mechanical is still very scary. Know what I'm saying? It's still very scary. That deck will literally OTK you. And half his shit is untargetable, which is really, really good against a lot of strategies in the metagame. So I actually think Mechanical is really solid. Like, it basically puts up a towers. So, Novels. I'm sorry, this shit is also unplayable. I tried it. I've tried everything, guys. Okay? I literally tested this. It's worse voiceless voice. It's just terrible. If only it was better. But unfortunately it is not. I tried my best. I try to cook. I try to go into the kitchen. And guys, I got fired, okay? The customers spit out their food. They don't want to eat any of this shit that Novels were cooking. Okay, it's unplayable. Hungry Burger is fucking raw. It's just not good, guys. Like, I tried. Moving on. Voices Voice, tier 1. Okay? This deck is really strong. I really believe that Voices Voice is a strong contender in the next format. I want to put it like right here. This deck is really solid. It's a very strong mid-range decks. A lot of non-engine. It puts up it puts up an Omni Negate in the format, which is very nice. And Saravis making it so that you can't really stop a lot of the plays, turning off effect fail and stuff like that is really, really strong. I generally do think this deck is a very strong contender, in my opinion. I want to put it next to Labyrinth, maybe a little bit better than Labyrinth, in my opinion. Look, I'm not trying to hype it too much for you guys to have the price go up, but look, I'll tell you right now, I will buy a core myself. I do believe in this deck. I think this is going to be one of the decks that I take to locals. If you guys want to see me play locals and record it and live stream it, let me know in the comment section below, alright? Should I play Max? Guys, if we get enough subscribers, if we get, let me think, how many likes are you getting? If we get 1,000 likes on this video, I will buy Voiceless Voice Max Rarity and play it at locals for you guys. How about that? Branded Despia. I think this deck is... I think it's like... tier 2. Very, very strong tier 2. Very, very strong tier 2, okay? I just think that, like... The Despia deck doesn't care about... Like, it doesn't lose to Droll. It doesn't lose to Nib. It mainly loses to Ash Blossom. And it still puts up the gimmick Puppet Lock. So, you know, I think it's scary. It also has, like, I think the deck is, like, without a lot of negates in the format, I think Branded also can, like, push through a lot of boards going second with Engine, which makes it pretty solid. But, tier elements. I will put this at the bottom of tier 1. Okay, but I do think this deck is solid as a contender. The reason why I say this is because it can make Dweller against the Snake Eye deck. It can play Beatrice and then send the rollback plus the Mayakashi trap. So it can make really easy Beatrice lines, allowing it to have a really strong turn 1 board now. And the Horus cards definitely do make that shit stronger. Okay, the shufflers are also really good. Like, I know shufflers are at 1-1, but being able to shuffle back Princess, Garunix, like, all that shit is good, you know? And so it has the ability to floodgate going first, which is so cringe. But floodgating is good. Who would have thought? And going second, it has the ability to break boards with engine. So I have to put this at tier 1. I also think that, like, what's really interesting now is that, like, the tier deck got a little bit of a buff from Phantom Nightmare because of the new Horus Field Spell. The Horus Field Spell is a card that you can search off of, like, I think Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. So you might consider playing Salvation over Trivi Karma now so you can bridge the tier engine with the Horus engine. Something to think about. You know? That's free goo right there. Tier element Horus. Alright. I mean, they're the same thing. That's what I kind of meant. Branded Chimera. Maybe it's fine. Apparently, there's some nice combo with it. Maybe Galzo will put out episode 50 of the new Branded Chimera goo. But this, I don't know. Maybe this shit is fine. I actually don't really know much about this deck because it's always been so ass. So I'm just, honestly, and the new cards don't really solve the issue with it. Put that shit tier 3. You know what I'm saying? Horus Chimera. What the hell? I don't know what this shit is. Ass. Alright, Heroes. Guys, honestly, guys. Heroes is scary. Dude, Dark Law is a threat, boys. It's all fun and games until guys, literally, Heroes, their board is not too shabby. Dark Law, DPE, plus they have a Revolt Trap. They have a Hero Revolt Trap that, like, can Raigeki your opponent. Dude, and Plasma. Dude, I literally saw at the regional, this guy ended on Dark Law, Plasma, and the Revolt Trap. And DPE. He ended on that board. It's scary, bro. I'm saying this. I actually don't think this deck is too bad. I actually don't think this deck is that bad. Like, I think that it's like a rogue deck because I actually think it could top. Dinomorphia. If you want to play traps, go play Labyrinth. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to flip up traps, go play Labyrinth. Like, unfortunately, Labyrinth has power crept every trap deck. Every trap deck has gone power crept by Dinomorphia, guys. Like, if you want, like, Labyrinth has power crept every trap deck. It doesn't matter. Like, it's so bad. Yubel, tier 2. Guys, Yubel is not, I think Yubel is not too shabby. Branded Yubel might be the goo. Okay? Not too shabby. I actually don't even think it's that bad like that. The Yubel deck, maybe it's tier 3. I think like high tier 3. Okay, like the deck can the deck actually has super poly targets. I can super poly everything. It has a bunch of very powerful cards in it and you could play with Unchained Engine. I think the ceiling of the deck is actually pretty good. And the deck is, like, strong. Like, the deck actually can, like, do stuff. Yeah, next set will definitely make it definitely super fire, yeah. Flame Swordsman. Guys, this deck, honestly, tier 2. The board it puts up is actually criminal. Like, if you want to play a combo deck and put up 8 interruptions, you have to play Flame... Wait, guys, is this Infernoble Flame Swordsman? Let's assume it's Infernoble Flame Swordsman. Do not play Pure Flame Swordsman. Pure Flame Swordsman is ass. Okay? Pure Flame Swordsman is like some Joey Wheeler shit. But if you play Infernoble Flame Swordsman, it's actually like pretty damn good. I'm gonna put it together like this. No, like you actually put up like the Infernoble board before. Like going first, like this deck puts up the same Infernoble board right now. with Princess, guys, in the game. Yo, don't troll. It actually is one of the few decks that puts up actual Omni Negates in the format. Like literally actual Omni Negates. Earthbound Servant. Josh, this shit is tier 3, unfortunately. You need to... Is this Earthbound Servant the regular version or the runic version? You need to literally, like... If you play like Josh, it might be tier 2. If you're not Joshua Schmidt, this shit is tier 3, bro. Honestly, outside events, honestly. Like, if your name's not Joshua Schmidt, I'm sorry. There's like, if you're Josh, maybe it's tier 2. Like, Josh should play like a fucking a deck made out of a couple cards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Josh is the difference between tier 2 and ass. Yes, he is actually the difference. Do not if your name is not Joshua Schmidt, do not play that. Memolent. Okay, wait, guys, wait. Are we still missing the new? Hey, is this with the new cards? We have all the new cards already, right? No, there's new support that we don't have. Guys, it's ass right now. It's tier 3. Yeah, we need LEDE set. We need that new set, guys. Once we can like get the new set, this deck will be a lot better. Yeah, but after we get the new stuff, it will be like, I believe, honestly, tier 2, tier 1. Virtual World. I'll put it tier 2 because it has the ability to turn out Beatrice really nicely. So, and that's a huge plus. Sword Soul, tier 3. Okay? It's all fun and games until you make Yuigioh, you know what I'm saying? It's like tier 3, I would think. Not too bad. Yeah, Rollback Turbo is like an FTK, so you have to put it at tier 2. Avenger Synchron, honestly, tier 2. It's like another combo deck. Sorcerer got second place in France. Maybe we move Sorcerer like high tier 3. Yeah, Sinful Brave Synchron is like kind of nasty. It's actually kind of nasty. I think you can also play Super Heavy Package too. Go probably Punk tier 3. The boards it puts up is just a little bit worse than like all the other combo decks in tier 2. Centurion, I would have to say like high tier 2. Calamity Lock is just Omega Cancer. And yeah. Super Heavy Samurai, as an engine, it's good, but by itself, it's ass. Vanadium, honestly, I want to put it tier 1, but I'm scared. I want to put it like next to Centurion. I want to put it next to Centurion as tier 2. Yeah. TG's combo deck with Avenger Synchron. If you learn and perfect the deck, it's honestly pretty solid. Horus Bissell Resonator tier 2. With the Bissos being ass though, probably high tier 3. Synchro Runic Bissell tier 3. You just have Bissos in your deck playing against fire decks, you just look omega dumb. Goaty, actually, I think tier 2, no cap. No, not bad. It's a shifter deck. Bunch of new support, a bunch of starters. I actually think the fish actually can synchro. Pearly, I would say it's tier 1 because of how much non-engine it can play, and I feel like Pearly, when it's not expected, it's good. When Pearly is not expected, it's when the deck is good. So I want to put it at tier 1 for that reason. Because it should not be targeted. It should not be targeted. But everyone and their mothers hate Pearly and sides a copy of Herald of the Abyss for no reason. So this shit is actually just tier 2. But I think Pearly can main deck shifter. It can like have a really good non-engine to combat the meta. I think it's a high tier 2, tier 1 deck. Dino DNA, outside events. Goblin Biker. It's honestly, it's a cool deck. Probably high tier 3. It's cool. It's a cool deck. It's like tier 2 until like maybe Pearly, but everything else is ass. Earth Machine, ass. I'm sorry. Trap Trick, ass. Like, unfortunately, the new structure deck in the house in town is Fire King. Spire Melfi, ass. Exorcister, tier 2. Shifter decks, bro. Shifter is too good of a card. So you gotta put it at tier 2. I actually think, non-ironically, Martha is kind of broken right now. Phantom Knight Horus, tier 3. Okay, you can put up a decent board. Too many bricks, actually. Ass. Kashtira, I have to say this is high tier 2. Maybe even tier 1. Dude, Cash is kind of cancer. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Cash has been topping a lot. And I think it will continue to top next format. I think Kashtira is the new Fluon Reese deck. I want to put it at low tier 1. Guys, it's been topping so much. It's been topping so much, guys. I think Cash and Flu are on the same power level. Low tier 1, I think, is good. Shifter, main deck, etc. A lot of non-engine. Like, it's good into rogue decks. Like, a lot of rogue decks cannot beat Fenrir. So there's a lot of good matchups in the rogue decks. Yeah. Arrow Mage Rika. Probably tier 2, like a strong combo deck. Raid Raptor, strong tier 2. I think the deck can put up a towers. If you don't have an owl, you auto lose. Pendulum, tier 3. That shit is always going to be ass. Volmonica, tier 3 until the new support. Magic Spectre, tier 3. Just, we don't have Kieran. If they unban Kieran, maybe it's tier 2. But Kieran's banned. Maricess, water does not beat fire. This shit is ass, unfortunately. Scary Claw, probably tier 3. If you're playing a peer. Also, guys, unfortunately, trap decks, like Labyrinth is just better trap decks. Striker, honestly, Striker tier 2. I think that shit can break boards. I actually think Striker can, like, actually break boards. I don't know if it's that good, though, but I'll probably put it at tier 2. Low tier 2. Probably, like, high tier 3. Dragon Link, tier 3, high. Borderlands kind of hard out. Vanquish Soul, honestly, guys, high tier 2. I actually think Vanquish Soul is kind of not bad. Plays Karakara, plays Shifter, very strong engine that can grind. Not too bad. Sprite Char Brigade, ass. Runic Sprite for hire. Probably like tier 3, like this. Evil Twin Life Sprite, probably right here. Salamangreat is definitely tier 2. I think the deck can actually play around Nib now with the new with Princess coming out, which is pretty nice. Unchained is like tier 2 still. I know it got hit a little bit, but it's still a strong deck. Fire King, I guess that's a typo. Ashen, guys, this shit is ass right now, guys. But I'll put it at tier 3. Volcanics, high tier 2. Orcus is high tier 2, for sure. Dingirsu is really good. Diabasor Rescueways, high tier 1. High tier 1. High tier 1. I don't think it's as good as like the other Snake Eye decks. Like, this is pure Snake Eyes. I don't think this deck is as good as these two. Mainly because Rescueways has 5 Garnets. Okay, mandatory engine Garnets. It's like, it's basically Infernoble, right? But it doesn't FTK when it goes first. It's just like, if it didn't have the Garnets, I think that like Diabasor Rescueways would be tier 1 as well. But because of the Garnets, it's just too ass, you know? It also does look like Sega Ash, so it's just way worse. Yeah. It is scary. I think it's not bad. But I think the deck that utilized Snake Eye Ash, the decks that like is gonna be cooking, is gonna be these two. It's the most consistent decks in the game, with the most amount of non-engine in the game. It's absolutely just insane. I think these are all tier 1. Shut. Like decks that you will see probably top a decent amount. And then Fire King, we'll just ignore. Like, I think the reason why Pearly is really good is because it's not going to be expected, so it's a lot better. And it might be a good meta call, so I'll put it at tier 1. I do think that, yeah, there are a lot of good enough decks to turn into tier 0. I just think that, without a doubt, that I think the Snake Eye engine is so powerful. And it's so hard to contest. Like there's no other engine in the game that's on the same power level. It's not even close. That's what I kind of mean by tier 0. Goblin's just an ass deck, unfortunately, guys. They do, but I think that, like, if you go to a Wisest, expect to play 50% fire decks, in my opinion. So having 50% dead cards like Bistos is really rough. Yeah. I think Horus Orcus is the best variant. Yo, thank you for the prime. I think Runic decks cannot... I don't think Runics will do well. And I'll explain why. There is not a good Runic variant in the format. And the Fire King cards demolish Runics. Like, Kirin is an absurd card. And the thing is, if you can't kill the Fire King or the Snake Eye deck, how the hell do you ever win? So I just don't think that deck could be good. But these are my overall thoughts of the format that we're headed in. I think any tier 1, tier 2 decks are playable decks. If you want to play, you can play. I just personally think that, like, the top 2 decks, the tier 0 decks, are going to be the Fire King Snake Eye deck and the Pure Snake Eye deck. But let me know your thoughts below, guys, if you agree or disagree with this tier list. Alright, guys? Easy. Easy clap. I have Master Spectre as tier 3 because it doesn't have access to Kieran. Dude, I feel like it would be way better if you have Kieran. If you weren't going to play a fire deck, what would you play? I think I would play Voiceless Voice if I wasn't going to play a fire deck. That's going to be my deck of choice, I think. That's probably what I'm going to be playing at locals. Oh, that's the... I'm like stepping on this thing. Guys is tier 3 because draft decks are ass. I like 60 euro lows. I think Voices is a solid deck, yeah. Yeah, the tier 2 decks are shifter, auto win buttons, or going first combo decks that can make nasty things. Yeah, that's just how... That's just Yuigioh. That's how Yu-Gi-Oh's been, actually. Yu-Gi-Oh has always been like that. Guys, the goo is gonna be Fire King Rescue Snake Eye 60 cards. Imagine. I'll probably do a video where I show off my Fire King Snake Eye list, guys. So be on the lookout for that video, but I'll show you kind of like where I'm at. It's gonna be called Over Explained, and I'm gonna be showing you guys the mandatory slots of the Fire King Snake Eye deck, and what room you have for non-engine, and considerations for the deck, and that's it. So that's pretty much that. All right, guys. Next, exclamation mark, guys. Metafy. Okay, we're here on the sponsor part of the stream. Exclamation mark Metafy, guys. I have a giveaway going on. A little giveaway, a little sponsor part. You can win a free box of maize. All you have to do is make a free account at Metafy and then comment on my post. So what you need to do is go to this and comment on this. Really easy. I thought that was Paulo. And then I think Metafy will automatically pick a winner in 1 week. So it should be good. Happy birthday. I'm just telling Crush Cards happy birthday. Honestly, yeah, if it's Soul Day, Princess and Poplar all exist at the same time, I think Infernoble is actually like tier 0.5. That deck is so broken. You actually if you lose a roll, you actually auto lose on the spot. No troll, you lost on the spot. You understand how cancer it would be to play against that? Thank God they banned it Soul Day. It would be so cancer to play against that at a YCSR tournament. Just get FTK'd. Like, the board you put up is actually unbeatable. But yeah, so, okay, so there's that. I do have locals tomorrow. What should I play at locals tomorrow, guys? Or should I stay home and stream? What do you guys think? Striker Pearly? I kind of down to do locals. But I don't know what I should play. Flame Swordsman Infernoble, but I don't have all the Flame Swordsman cards. Actually, guys, let's watch this video. Guys, you want to watch a video with me?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I want to play this. I think this deck is actually good.
it is the year of the fire. No, we're not talking about Snake Eyes. No, we're not talking about Bonfire. Screw those two cards. We're talking about Joey Wheeler, ladies and gents. Yes, he's back. Joey Wheeler. No, not Red Eyes, unfortunately. We are talking about the Flame Swordsman. Flame Swordsman is one of Joey's most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh card of all time, and it's actually really underlooked. He's actually insane. You guys already know Joey became Flame Swordsman. In one of the episodes, I can't recall which episode exactly, but he became Flame Swordsman, And with the release of Maze of Millennia, we got you guys a brand new fighting Flame Swordsman deck with support. And not only am I going to show you guys a deck profile, but I'm going to talk to you guys about in-depth combos that you guys can do with this deck, and how to properly play this deck if you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you actually want to win with this deck right here. And today, I got you guys one of the best Infernoble players.
That's my coach, bruh. My Infernoble coach.
But it's Pac's coach, Gian. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be absolutely insane. We're going to go over some bread and butter combos, which you can make 8 interruptions. Yes, 8 interruptions.
I actually think this list is really clean. This is like one of the cleanest lists.
So excited to showcase you guys on what this deck is all about. And especially
wait,
whenever there's a new...
I don't have... Guys, Sam is using my deck to film this. I forgot I gave him my deck.
I main deck that comes
I
out.
forgot.
If you play the
He's
deck
look, guys.
competitively,
You'll
it's
see
the one
soon.
to-
Watch.
Let me know what deck profiles you guys
Watch,
want to see next when it comes.
guys. When we get to the profile, I think he's using my deck.
Trap that mentions Flame Sword
Okay.
Management. So burial stuff. It is a flame to optimize your.
I let
summon.
him borrow it to
Three
record
copies.
this.
Next one to play, of course, the one Salamander, the Flying Flame Dragon.
Okay.
Great bow.
No, I actually want to play
The major
this.
synergy that this
Damn
card
it,
has with Fighting Flame
Sam!
is that whenever Salamander the fighting spell, you add fire the effect. So as a build arm gives you
He plays modern, yeah.
cards you can control like all card grave from the graveyard.
Wait, watch. My
Renaud!
Renaud! I swapped a guy right when I was leaving. The YCS, I was swapping. When I was leaving YCS Bologna, I literally just lost in top 8, guys. I literally just lost. I left. I was walking out the venue. This guy asked me to sign his Renaud, and then I was like, wait, let me see your binder. He pulls out his own Renaud. I'm like, whoa, let me get your. You can have my American one, and I'll sign it for you. But let me get your EU one. So I stole his EU one, and then I signed my American one that I just lost with.
A bunch of great extenders, you know. We got
These are all Euro print.
This card works really well with Fighting Flame Swordsman. You guys see the synergy. Ricardello is a level 1, which
I gotta head over to Canada. Yeah. Oh, what's up, Eva?
From the graveyard. How you
Watch.
Yourself,
Look. Oh my God. It looks so beautiful.
Of Renaud, which is absolutely.
Oh, playing with this deck was so
these
nice.
are all the main Infernal monsters that you want to focus on when it comes to
It
utilizing
looks so
this
good.
brand new Fighting Flame Swordsman deck. Yes.
Now,
you can
Sam's
play
in
this
Canada,
deck
I'm
as
in
a pure
Jersey.
version. You play each other. So Pox cards by the
Look,
way.
see?
The museum right here, 3 copies of the museum. Shout out to Pox, guys. These are all Pox cards. You just gave it to me.
I told you guys.
Elements
That's
and the
EU
one
print
Durandal.
too.
These are the most important Infernal cards in the entire deck.
God
And the museum
damn.
is insane because you're able to search it off Angelica, and also the dragon is the card that works really well with Angelica. Because you're able to target Angelica, you ridiculous. But I feel like
Look, the
London
Rhoda.
fills out your
Oh,
entire
this
deck,
is.
which amazing.
I think I kept my
I
Rhoda.
understand that this engine is very expensive, but I feel like it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, the
Is
witch.
One or you're not playing.
God
down,
damn.
8 interruptions.
That's his.
Angel for any 9. Just talents. Flame swordsman. Whatever it's called. Flame swordsman. Right here is ability. You got Link, absolutely insane here. Root basing your the great. Next off of your really well when it comes to playing this deck, right?
And is color X1.
Impact Day 10 or Milano, the best league closest deck 2024. And what can you do with this? So you can either open up with Fighting Flame Swordsman,
With
or
Flame
you can
Swordsman, it's
open
more
up,
interruptions with
with
so much more
the
bricks.
Fighting
Yeah.
Flame Sword. So, or even the Rhoda, or even reinforce the most from your where it reads your point. Almost ridiculous. But actually, now one Mario, you can add 4 this card. This quick effect. This card.
This combo's crazy.
I got GN.
Fine, like if, but you can't.
No, this combo's crazy.
Just
What's this
use
combo?
First and foremost, in draw phase, ladies and gents, you want to activate the Fighting Flame Sword.
No, that. I sold him that Little Knight. That's not mine.
Yeah.
Dark Witch. The deck to hand.
Now
That
you need
but
to
Little
find
Knight I
the
sold
way
it to Sam.
Yes, sir. And then we activate Witch's effect. 20
we want
great, correct? And play. And
to get it
before
and you cover that.
I back, of course.
Yeah,
This
that's
combo
why
was so
Flame
crazy.
Swordman, if renewable, they were meant to be together. I
They're
think.
meant to be
Yeah.
bread and butter. So
Now,
we
now,
use
now
these
they go.
cards,
They make
obviously.
Appaloosa first, then they go for
Quick,
Angelica. It's so
Angelica,
disgusting.
Angelica, yes, sir.
Leader Son effect.
Dragon to mill from
And-
extra deck. We're gonna activate Ogre's effect to equip it to Roland.
Now Museum can use his effect.
His ability
Basically, that Link One. Sorry, that more upgrade. You equip.
to equip to
to,
run
Yep,
out.
Charles
Durandal
effect.
from the deck. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
this is so
deck,
broken.
For some people,
Holy shit.
the end. You
Dude,
need
the
to
Salamander is
get
also
break
Book
it.
of Moon,
This
and
moment,
it
the
turns
best
into a Trident.
Announce of insanity. Which
They also end on
Baron.
Baron.
When we banish.
Yeah. It'll be
Tuner level 9. Immeron. Then you set this Salamander with chain.
Bro, this
You
board
also
is
set- this
crazy.
crazy, bro. So how
Now-
many-
That's like the old
Now-
combos with
now
extra
what
steps
do
and
we
Now
do?
we need
cards.
to count
Yeah.
the interruptions because there are so many.
Yeah, it's literally the old
Charles,
combo.
you gotta
Just
equip,
extra steps, yeah.
the
But you
whatever
also
skills
end on
you
a
have
little bit more.
Storm.
So it's
ICA.
got Baron interruption, which is 6, right?
Yeah, then
This-
your Salamander was
this
drained to
one-
book your opponent.
This right here is the Book of Moons, so it's 7.
7 interruptions.
And then you can also use his
Yeah, yeah.
ability. Okay.
You can banish
You
it.
can banish this card from your graveyard.
Yeah.
If you summon Fire Warm Monster from your extra deck by shuffle. Okay.
So
We
we are going eating. Yeah, and then the idea is extra deck
Sequencing.
the missing piece. Yeah. The
And
Great.
now let's you
Roll-
summon
we-
the
Its
Ultimate
ability
Flame
to
Swordsman.
equip it to Ultimate Flame Swordsman right here.
Yeah, and you get another pop.
yeah, and when we do that, Charles is gonna have a pop, and And then we will have for whenever we want the Flame Swordman pop.
Okay, wait. So Charles gets an additional pop? You're saying?
No, no. The pop of Charles only happens when Roland gets equipped.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
one pop of Charles happens when, like, we are seeing the opponent try to combo, and we're like, you know what? I want to interrupt you right there. Now, Roland equipped to my
This
fusion.
deck was crazy.
Charles pop it. Now my fusion is gonna. I'm gonna wait until I want to use my fusion pop.
I mean, it's actual just eight, 9 interrupts. I mean, yeah. I actually want to build this. I want to play this for locals. Damn, I have to get my cards back from Sam. I'll ask him. And I'll probably play it at locals. Oh wait, MBT did a 10-minute
It's
testing?
me, the Flame Swordsman. But oh no, I'm not strong enough to defeat that enemy. I'll need to equip something.
Can do, and of course the card by card. But first, a little bit of a discussion about what I hope the deck can do, and of course the card by card. But first, this video is sponsored by Yuigioh. What I hope the deck can do, ACG and Master GO, PR 2 nickel, or aided and master. I have learned from Zoo format, one repeatable single target pop does not play Sinful Spoils Snake Eye, huh? Well, our hand looks pretty good. We're going to begin with a copy of Diabellstar. That'll be activated here to get a copy of Snake Eye ourselves. Then we'll normal summon a Fighting Flame Swordsman. We'll grab the Flame Swords Realm, then activate it. Activating its effect, pitching this Ash to summon a Flame Swordsman. We'll go IP Masquerade, then activating Fighting Flame Swordsman Engrave in order to send Salamandra for Salamandra. We will go Sinful Spoils Snake Eye, setting the Swords Realm for a Ricardetto. Then we'll activate Ricardetto.
What was the opening hand? Yo, wait. There's no way this... Dude, Gian just showed the better combo. What the hell is this combo?
And the Durandal in order to grab from deck to hand a copy of Renowned. We'll go Ogier,
There's no way this
targeting the
combo is
Turpin,
right.
and then Noble Arms Museum to summon that Ogier out. Afterwards, we're going to special summon this again, and the effective set 1 and pass.
I mean, it's still
with
pretty
the
good.
Angelica coming back at the end step, and the Emperor Charles equipping a Fighting
broken
Flame
as fuck,
Swordsman
though.
from deck. Our opponent's going to lead with a copy of Bonfire, then fire off
Wait, and
Populace.
our IP
From here,
too?
they're going to activate the effect of the Populace, which we will allow to resolve, and they're going to get, ooh, Subversion. That's kind of cool. We're going to negate it with one of our Charlemagnes. It'll trigger the effect of the Fighting Flame Swordsman in order to send the Dragon. We're going to go for the Roland in Graveyard as a quick, which allows us to activate the effect of the Charlemagne in order to get rid of this Anima. They're going to go for the Sinful Spoil Snake Eye for Ash here, then activate the effect of the Ash in order to grab from deck to hand. Oh, a Curry
Oh my-
Kara that will
why
eat our
didn't we
board
negate
away.
Ash?
We will go for our equip effect to get back Turpin. They'll go to battle phase, but unfortunately that's checked by
Oh,
our
they have Book of
Salamander
Moon?
with Chain. They do get to eat the IP Masquerena, but the Primera will be checked by the Gearfried, and then the Salamander with Chain can fusion summon a copy of Ultimate Flame Swordsman to reserve us another pop. They will go Tactics Thrust in order to get Tactics Talents, and they will try to take control of a monster, which will be checked by the Baron de Fleur. They'll scoop here, and we will take the W. One of the major benefits to playing a fire strategy right now is the card economy is so good. Each individual card in your hand
was actually
demands an
brilliant.
answer, which can really come in handy when you're playing against their resolution. They can activate the Durandal. Will activate the effect of the Durandal in order to grab from deck to hand an Ogier. We'll normal summon that Ogier, then activate the effect in order to send a Turf to the Charles. Go for Noble Arm targeting the Ogier and then making a Charles. We'll trigger the effect of the Ogier to equip itself to the Charles, then the Charles effect in order to get rid of the lair before we make Charlemagne. Charlemagne will check one of the back row. We'll go for Noble Arms Museum to summon back this copy of Charles and equip the Charlemagne with the Salamandra fusion. We'll negate the Waybridge, but they do get to resolve the trap trick here for a Fiend Griefing. No big deal, actually. We'll just go to battle phase and get in for 35, 35, and what do you know? Swords Realm puts him at 45, which is lethal. So it's time for game 3, and you know what that means, a best of 3 versus meta. Our opponent's on, what else? Snake Eye Fire King. Our hand is a little clunky, but Sanctuary. They'll Phoenix and activate the Garunix, summoning it to their side of the field, then activating the on-field effect in order to send a Bayrong, setting 1 and passing. We draw for turn. Ooh, Fenrir's nice. They're going to go for Ponix here and
This
stand
guy
by,
did
followed
a
up with
combo.
Bayrong in order to grab a Kieran. In main 1, we're going to special summon the Fenrir and go for a Diabellstar, activating its effect, at which point our opponent will effect Veiler, targeting the Fenrir here. Unfortunately, that is really what they have to do. They're going to go Immolation afterwards, popping the Garunix, which triggers the Ponix in hand. They'll go for the Ponix effect in order to grab a circle, and we'll go for Noble Arms Museum. I'm hoping the shields are mostly down. We do have to deal with the Kieran, but that seems to be about it. We're going to go for the Durandal here in order to grab the legendary Fighting Flame Swordsman. We'll activate the effect and then activate the Flame Swords Realm, at which point our opponent will fire off the Kieran. They're going to go for the effect of the Garunix in Graveyard, but thankfully we do have the Ghost Bell to check that, so it should be smooth sailing from this position. We'll go Swords Realm for the fusion, then activate Fighting Flame to send Salamandra. Salamandra effect in order to grab Purple Salamandra to hand. Then we can go for Snake Eye, sending the negated copy of Fenrir to get Ricardetto. That's going to bring back the Fighting Flame Swordsman, which gets into Angelica, and now we are off to the races for Infernobles. We're going to go for Wanted here to draw a card. That's a nice one. We'll trigger the effect of the Angelica by activating one of the effects in the graveyard. Then we'll go for Roland. We'll go Olivier, target this Flame Swordsman, and then we'll use the museum to bring back the Olivier, which is, thankfully, 9 stars worth of material. Down comes Charles. We will go for the museum again. We'll get Almas this time. We'll activate Almas, targeting this copy of Charles. Then, of course, we can activate the Charles in order to pop this copy of Sanctuary. Let's go into Charlemagne, then we'll activate its effect in order to equip, of course. We will get our copy of Olivier back, then activate Museum once again to bring out Charles, then Olivier in order to summon itself, and Synchro for a Baron de Fleur. Turpin, target the Charlemagne, and we should be good to go. Let's pop the Kieran and negate its effect in the graveyard before going to battle phase and getting in for well over lethal. So it's time for game 2, and oh god, this hand looks unbeatable. Well, we do have a Ghost Bell, and that's got Flamberge's name. It's already in Ash. Then in main, they're going to normal summon this Ash guy. Oh, Vigor. This guy, let's go ahead. Probably unbeatable from this position, but 12 here in order to grab his Pico next time. Looks pretty load up with a Fighting Flame Swordsman. Our opponent will imperm this. That's no big deal because we do have Noble Arms Museum. We'll go for the effect, and we probably need them to Ash this. Thankfully, they do, and we have the Durandal and Grip, so we'll fire that, targeting our copy of Fighting Flame Swordsman, then activating the effect to grab a Reynaud to hand. From here, we can special summon the Reynaud, use its effect, targeting this copy of Durandal, adding it back to hand, and making an Angelica. Angelica and Fighting Flame Swordsman will trigger in sequence here, sending a Salamandra and getting ourselves a copy of Noble Arms Museum. Salamandra for Salamandra, then Salamandra targeting the Angelica triggers its effect, which allows us to bid a copy of Ogier and get a copy of Roland to our side of the field. Ogier effect targeting the Roland. We will then cycle out this copy of Museum, activate Museum, targeting the Ogier after adding an Almas to hand, so we can summon it and trigger its on-field effect in order to get a Turpin out of our deck. From here, we can go into Charles, activate Durandal, targeting the Fenrir, then go for Turpin targeting the Charles, and then we can go for GPG, summoning itself, and retaining a negate for the rest of the game. We'll go for Roland, targeting the Gearfried, and down comes Charlemagne. Charlemagne for this copy of Charles, then finally Fenrir in order to grab Fenrir. We were really scared of Droll for this setup, as you may have expected. And speak of the devil, and he shall appear. A little late, buddy, unfortunately. They're going to go for a Ponix here. That's going to grab them a Sanctuary, but not before we're able to use Fenrir to target Ponix in order to force out this copy of Immolation. That does necessitate the Charlemagne from us, but it also allows us to trigger this copy of Fighting Flame Swordsman. They'll go for Sanctuary for FKI. FKI to summon, which we will allow to resolve for that reason. Oh, it's because it's a Typhon setup. No big deal. That's checked by Salamander with Chain, and as we trigger the effect of our Charlemagne afterwards, our opponent will scoop him up. So we're back with the deck, and wow, I guess you shouldn't ever count out Charlemagne. Let's do the pros and cons. First,
Dude,
the pros.
I think this deck's kind of sick. Dude, I wish I didn't sell all my cards. I mean, I need to go get it back from. I need to go get it back, and then damn, I think I'm down to play it. That would actually be so nice if I could play that deck. The simulator is called I think they use Yuigioh Pro. Low rarity pack card. Okay, I think that's it, guys. Is there anything else I missed, guys, news-wise, or no? Let me check. Okay. Oh, TG format Master Duel. Guys, should I spend money to on Master Duel? Or no? I feel like it's such a waste. Like, I feel like I don't want to waste money on that. Guys, I'd rather buy Populous and Princess and then stream that at locals. Is that like weird of me? I'd rather do that. What if you pull a Royal? Oh my god. Guys, I'm gonna stream my sneak peek this Wednesday. Guys, Prage. We need QCR Princess, QCR Populous. Prage! Just spending us money for sneak peek this weekend? Yeah. That'll be so foul. Yo, Bozo. Yo, what's good, Gage? What's poppin'? Yo, guys, you want to see what something sick I got from this past weekend, Benny Philly? How sick is it? And then look at this. I also got this. Guys, look at all. You know how old this is? Let me see if I can switch. This is like so old. But look at this. Dude, this is like omega old. These are sealed too. I don't even know what this is from. These are old. Yeah, this is a Stratos. It's a jump. Yeah, it's jump. Yeah, it's sealed shonen. If you ever want to come off that red Subaru, I'm down to buy it. Yeah, I got you. Boruto? And My Hero Academia? Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I got this from the regional. Yeah, I'm not gonna open it. Oh shoot. Am I flexing on this? I didn't flex. Chill. Chill. Yeah, let me see. So that should be here. Shows your binder, guys. I don't have binders anymore. I like haven't used a binder. I put all my cards in deck boxes and I just try to find them in my deck boxes. It's actually terrible. I need to organize. I should do a stream where I organize all my cards because it is absolutely horrendous right now. I can't tell you what any of my cards are at. I have to literally just pray I find them. I just put them in deck boxes. You guys don't do that? No shot, you just got Starless and OG ulti sitting in deck boxes? That is exactly what I'm telling you. That is exactly what I'm telling you, chat. No, they're just in a deck box. I never bet Starlight Frigid. It's fake. Don't listen. I should organize it in a binder, but I don't. Okay, guys, here's why I don't like binders. The reason why is because I feel like they just take too much space in your deck box. I mean, in your backpack. Am I crazy for that? I just feel like it takes way too much space in the deck in your backpack, so I don't really like it because of that. So I just put them in deck boxes, and carrying deck boxes are way easier. Nah, if I want something, guys, just sell it. No binder needed. True. Yo, guys, I'm kind of excited for the next YCS. But I don't like, dude, when is it gonna start? It's been forever. I'm losing my mind out here, guys. Waiting for this next YCS. No, at YCSs, I don't trade. Like, I'm there to play. Like, I don't trade with people. I just swap cards in my deck. That's it. Like, I don't, like, I don't bring binders to YCSs because, like, I'm not, like, trading. Like, I'm there to duel. Like, I ain't got time to trade, bro. If that makes sense. Next solo YCS, I have no idea. I absolutely don't know. Yeah, YCS Vegas and Costa Rica, I'll be going. Yeah, they're both teams. They're both team YCSs. Yeah, those are the next two 3v3s. But I think that's it. Oh yeah, did you guys see the announcement about the crazy tournament that they're doing, the UDS tournament? Yeah, but they haven't. There's no like It's like this, right? I never been to a UDS. You know that, chat? I've never played a UDS. I never had the chance to. When I started playing the game, they were basically gone. I like 3v3s a lot. I like solo ones too. It doesn't matter. Their voices, they're all the same to me. I might do a DB tournament this Thursday. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm gonna be doing a free $1,000 tournament online soon for post new format. And it's gonna be free for entry. I have to figure out the date soon, but it'll be before Weiss's Vegas, probably the week before. They're a free entry, and you walk in, they give you a ton of free stuff, and it's a difficult tournament. The best place in the game, yeah. How many spots? Probably 128, I think, or 64. I don't know yet. I think I'm gonna try for one. I'm gonna try for like 128, but maybe 64. One or three rounds this time. Yeah, I need to figure out. I mean, I need to figure out the best system to host this. I'm not sure yet. I have to figure out the best system. Also, did you guys see Sorso got second at a regional? Damn, I kind of wish I played Philly now so I could have played Sorso. That sounds fun. I want to play Sorso. I haven't played Sorso so long. I mean, this format is like so fake, but I would literally like, I would take Sorso to a regional. Chadsol? Yeah. But alright, guys, I'm gonna go eat dinner because I haven't eaten yet. But I think this was a fun two-hour stream. Tomorrow I'll probably go to locals. I will try to come up with a deck to play. I don't know what I want to play. If I can't figure it out, I might just stay home. Maybe I can cook up some Velmonica goo. I can play Centurion. You guys want me to play Centurion? Centurion Velmonica? Wait, hold up. Wait, let me read about Monica cards. I kind of want to play something with Velmonica engine. Damn, should I use the time to cook up the goo now? Hmm. Hmm. Thinking. I don't know yet. Lotion. Bird lotion. Wait, do I have generated cards? Shit, I don't. Centurion. Just watch this guy's like a prodigy. You built different for him. Dude, maybe I was supposed to play. What if I just play Sky Striker Pearly? Maybe that's just the goo. All right, guys. I'm gonna figure something fun to play at local tomorrow. I'm not sure what I want to play yet, but I'll figure out something. Pigment Dover. Oh, that's so far. Okay, I might try to play Pearly. I might try to play Pearly with something. Maybe Pearly with. Oh wait, hold on. Sec- Okay, I'm gonna figure it out. Maybe I play Orcus Pearly. Oh wait, Orcus. Wait, what if I play Horus Pearly? Horus Pearly with Sky Striker engine. That might be the goo actually. Okay, guys, have a good rest of the night. I will talk to y'all later. Hope you guys have a great rest of the evening. I am going to go eat, get some food, and then cook up some goo. Have a good one. Peace. Bye, everyone. See you, chats.